Hello everyone and welcome to game number 1 in a series between Believe and Happy. We see Believe spawning as the pink undead over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here at the other end of Echo Isle, we have Happy spawning as the red undead. Good luck, have fun coming out from both of these players as we are looking at the particular build. Altar of Darkness Crypt followed by a Ziggurat. Meanwhile, it is going to be Altar of Darkness Crypt followed by a Ziggurat, meaning we are most likely looking at a ghoul opening from both of these sides. Now, there is room for a little bit of an adjustment here in an Undead versus Undead matchup, as Lich going first with the Rod of Necromancy and Dark Ritual has been fairly popular. We'll see what these players are particularly trying to open with. Death Knight is generally more of that front line or middle line hero. The Death Knight able to heal those units, having a little bit more hit points, not nearly as squishy as say the Lich, and also acting as a bit of a healer for that rest of that undead army. It is going to be a Lich coming in from Happy. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what Believe is doing. Believe is also going for a Lich. So unlike the typical games that you are looking at most of the time where it's a Death Knight in the early stages, we are going to be having early stage Liches. Now, the Tomb of Relics is going to be extremely important in this early matchup, and what is also going to be important is whoever places down a crypt. Now, as you guys know, the skeletons are used as a resource for both undead armies, and if you use a Rod of Necromancy on your opponent's crypt, you get those skeletons. You can then transfer them into mana with that Dark Ritual, or have them deal damage as they try and rush into an Acolyte gold mine. We can take a look back over here. Ghouls are going to be still harvesting away. It looks as though the Lich will be popping out on both sides. Lich coming out here. He is going to be picking up a Rod of Necromancy pretty much in an instant. Takes down a sheep and will be, well, getting 2 skeletal minions in just a moment. Now, Happy can play this very, very aggressively. Let's take a look at this. He's going to be aggressing with those Ogre Warriors. Frost Nova up in that front line, and the Lich getting off a very, very quick Frost Nova there, and also got a little bit of damage off onto those Forest Troll Trappers. Now, the Forest Troll Trappers did end up getting a little bit slowed there, as we now see another, well, quick use right there. So far, it is a whole bunch of ghouls on both sides. Believe still has an additional 3 charges off of that Rod of Necromancy. Meanwhile, Happy only has 2 more as he's going straight after that Acolyte. It looks as though it is going to be a Circlet of Nobility going up against a Ring of Protection, as Believe loses that Acolyte in the center portion of the map. This Acolyte coming in from Happy is also going to get taken down here in just a moment. There it goes, as we now see Believe having a slight experience advantage. Now, there is a whole bunch of units getting slowed all across the center. Believe, is Happy going to be able to save that? No, he is not. Level 2 now on Believe's Lich, as we now see another Frost Nova go down. Alright, units are starting to fall across on every which way. Are we going to see that one unit getting taken down? Ghouls are just falling left and right, as level 2 now on Happy. Alright, Happy now continuing the fight here. Let's take a look at this. There is a lot of skeletal minions in the middle, as the Lich now looking to back off. Skeletal minion over here, it looks like it is going to get taken down, as Believe's units are still running back around. Happy running with those skeletal minions, trying to take down a ghoul. Meanwhile, there are some low hit point ghouls here, and it looks as though the Halls of the Dead is not going to come online in time. Happy makes his way back down to the center location. He does not have any charges on that Rod of Necromancy, and he is rather far away from home. It looks like he is going to be picking up a Staff of Teleportation and perhaps a Boots of Speed. And now with that, is he going to be able to get enough mana? That is the big question there. The Lich already up to 375 mana with the additional help of that Circlet of Nobility compared to 345 from Believe. Now that Ring of Protection +2 is going to offer a little bit more protection, obviously, as the Lich makes his way back down over here. Now, Happy needs to be very, very careful. He needs to get more mana onto that Lich in order to win out in those early ghoul engagements. There's that Frost Nova there. That Ogre Magi is moving slightly slower, as we can see Happy now about to get taken down. This one unit going to go ahead and run away. There it goes. Another Circlet of Nobility has been picked up. Is the Lich going to be able to do very much as the ghouls go back to attack the Lich to pull aggro off of the from the Forest Troll Trappers? It looks as though they are going to get taken down there. Lich is not going to be able to get to level 2. He does do a Dark Ritual there. I don't know if he actually gains mana. And based off of the cost there, I believe you get 33% of the unit. As we now see an incoming fight here. All right, 113 damage now being used up straight up on those units. There is that low hit point ghoul going to get taken down. As the Lich now engaging once more. It looks as though Believe may end up losing, and he does get to level 3. Happy slightly ahead. Believe a little bit further behind as he is now going after the Forest Troll Berserkers. Believe going to come back here, finish off this 5-4-4 creep camp. And he will also get to level 3 as well. Does have Boots of Speed, as we are now looking at a Lonely Lich from Happy. Double Circlets of Nobility at 450 mana though. That is incredibly high, as we now see the units are going to be engaging again. Skeletal Minion off over here. It's going to get taken down. It looks as though Liches are going to be engaging once again, as the units are now looking to back off once more. Alright, a little bit of damage. Believe actually having the stronger Lich right now, more hit points and more mana going into the middle portion of this game. Death Knight is being trained up on both sides. No, not both sides, only one side right now, as that Death Knight will be able to get a level 1 Death Coil off onto that Lich and heal that Lich for 200 hit points very, very quickly. Meanwhile, the Lich now going to be coming across over here, is going to find some units, and there it goes. Oh, takes down an Acolyte as the Black Citadel is upgrading. That is a potentially big deal, as there's only 4 Acolytes on the gold mine right now. That is going to be a significant loss, as we now see the Lich teleporting away and heading back home. Death Knight is going to come across here, get in some heals. Rod of Necromancy is going to be used once more. There's a Death Coil. You're going to see those Dark Rituals used and try and gain more mana once again. Death Knight now using, well, another Death Coil there. Also use the Rod of Necromancy charge. Needs to pull away with these particular ghouls, as the Lich is now in the center down across here, trying to creep out the center Goblin Marketplace. Still, Death Knight now being added 28 over 40 compared to 27 over 40. We are pretty much even at this stage in the game, as the Lich may try and come for a steal. Alright, there you have it. Was that a steal? Actually, I can't really tell. The experience, you guys probably can rewind it and take a look back once more. But the Lich is purposely just trying to harass every which way, while the Death Knight himself is getting to level 2 back at home. Believe, on the other hand, is, well, not using this Death Knight very effectively at all, as the Lich is not going to get to 4. A little bit of experience onto that Lich would actually be, or a little bit of experience onto that Death Knight would actually be very beneficial, as the Death Knight now arrives to the party for a little bit of experience. Is he going to be able to get that much? There it goes. Down it goes. Happy unable to get that denial there. Meanwhile, Death Knight of Happy already sitting at level 2, going to pick up a Talisman of Evasion. We are now teleporting back home. Obsidian statues ready to go. Destroyers not too far away, as Happy is sitting at 33 over 40 compared to 32 over 40. We are 8 minutes and 30 seconds into this game. Lich now engaging. You can see that the Orb of Corruption dealing a lot of damage right there. And that is going to be a potentially big, big hit, especially as the Death Knight can, in fact, still heal up Happy's Lich. Lich going to engage down across over here to the south, as the Death Knight or Lich are not most likely going to level up off of this relatively weak orange creep camp. Back in the center, level 3, level 1, going up against a level 3, level 2. Unholy Aura, faster movement speed slightly, and a little bit of regeneration even for those Obsidian statues, as we're looking at the Death Knight, well, looking to try and get to level 3. Lich is actually far enough away to give all of the experience to that Death Knight, and that Death Knight should be coming out of this engagement just shy of level 3 now. Let's take a look at this. 26 more experience needed. Has a Circlet of Nobility. We see 3 Circlets of Nobility for the Undead army of Happy. Meanwhile, Believe, is he going to be able to get very much done? That is the big question as we now see a Dark Ranger in the center. All right, Death Coil now coming in there. We are going to be going into an engagement. There is a Frost Nova, as there is what I believe that was a Wand of Mana Stealing used right there, and also Silence on this particular Lich. All right, Happy's Lich is currently silenced. Scroll of Town Portal used in order to get out of a very bad situation as the Dark Rangers now doing a little bit of an engagement over here in the center portion of the map. Death Knight still sitting at level 1, does not have level 2. There's a long distance Death Coil, but at what cost? As the units are now trying to flee and get away. Alright, Orb of Corruption, negative armor, Death Knight in serious trouble, down to 24 hit points, down to 23. It gets taken down, no more heals, as Happy can push here with a level 3 Death Knight and a level 3 Lich. Believe, cannot believe what he's seeing as he lost that Death Knight so quickly and early and now is taking a lot of damage. Alright, low hit point Crypt Fiend from Believe, gonna get taken down. Destroyers now going to the air, and they could easily focus down these Obsidian statues in a matter of seconds as Happy now trying to retreat with this Death Knight. Death Knight in a bit of a run. Are we gonna see them, all those units run away as Happy is still chasing as well? Are we gonna see more units fall across here? Death Knight down to 85 hit points and still looking to run away. Lich doesn't really stand a chance as the Death Knight does have Unholy Aura and is actually making some distance up. Let's take a look at this. Lich now trying to catch up over here. Believe still trying to catch. Potion of Invulnerability doubling back the other way, and Believe losing that Lich as Happy takes game number 1 in the series. That double back by Happy. Beautiful use of the shop in order to rejoin up with the rest of the army. The Lich didn't even realize what had happened as we now move on to game number 2. Happy taking a 1-0 lead.